This is one of my favourite stories, and it's called, what's that word there? T-H-E spells the or the Magic Bed. And it's by John Burningham. He's the person who wrote the book. Can you tell your grown-up what you can see in the picture? Well, there's a boy and a tiger. And where are they? In a bed. That's strange. Let's turn the page and start the story. The Magic Bed. Who can you see in the pictures now? And this is Mum. And she says, "That bed is far too small for you now, Georgie. Why don't you and Frank go down to the shopping centre to buy a new one?" So why does he need to go to the shopping centre? On the way to the shopping centre, Georgie saw a shop that sold old furniture. Furniture is things like beds and sofas and chairs and tables. Look, Frank, said Georgie. Maybe they'll have a bed in there. They parked the car and went inside. Can you tell your grown-up, what were they looking for in the shop? Look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? And there's a shopkeeper. Do you have a bed that would be right for this boy? Said Frank. Beds, yes, I do have a little old bed somewhere, said the man. After some time, the man found the bed. This is a speech mark here. It's telling you somebody's saying something. The lady this bed came from said it was magic, he said, and that you could travel in it. Can you tell your grown-up what was special about the bed? Look at the picture. Where's the bed now? Frank and Georgie bought the bed. They tied the bed to the top of the car and took it home. Got a bucket of water. What are they doing here? Georgie and Frank cleaned the bed all over. Look, Georgie, said Frank, there's some writing here. It's very faint. That must be where the writing is. What does it say? Said Georgie. It says, in this bed you will travel far. First say your prayers and then say... Can you see a word there? I can't read the last word. It says M. Makes a sound, doesn't it? M, something, 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 Y. Can you think of a word which starts with a sound? Let's turn the page. What on earth have you got there? Said Georgie's granny. Why did you get that awful old bed? Why didn't you go to the shopping centre and buy a new one? So why did Georgie's granny not like the bed? Can you tell your grown-up? I think she didn't like it because she said it was old. It's a lovely bed, said Georgie, and it's magic. You can travel in it. That evening, Georgie got ready for bed early. Can you tell your grown-up what do you think happens next in the story? We don't know unless you've read it before. He said his prayers and then tried to say the magic word. He tried. Now remember, the magic word started with the sound and finished with the letter Y, which makes the E sound at the end of the word. He tried. Money, matey, mummy, murky, Molly, Mandy, Millie, messy, minty, mousy. But nothing happened. And Georgie went, what's that word there? Tricky word. To sleep. And Georgie went to sleep. Is that the end of the story? What time of day do you think it is? What are they doing? They're eating and they've got cereal and looks like cups of something hot and bread and jam. Is it dinner time or lunchtime or breakfast time? Breakfast time. So it must be the next day. How did you get on last night in your magic bed? I think that's Dad asking. Did you go to the moon or up the Amazon? Look at them. They're laughing, aren't they? I don't think they think the magic bed is real. That night, Georgie went to bed early again and tried to guess the magic word. He must have got it right because suddenly, what do you think happened next? Look. What can you see? Where is he? Is he under the city, in the city, or over the city? It says, what's that word there? Tricky word. He was travelling, going way over the city. I wonder how he'd have felt. What can you see here? Is it the city? Are there lots of houses? You can see a tree, grass and flowers, and what are these? Sheep. George's bed landed in a field. Ah, this is a field. Lots of gnomes and fairies arrived and he read them a bedtime story. These are gnomes, they're the ones with the hats on. And the fairies are the ones with the wings. Must be the next day. Oh, and it says, at breakfast the next day, Georgie decided not to tell anyone about where he had been during the night. Why do you think he didn't tell people where he'd been? Do you think they believe him? That evening, Georgie was off again. This time, he was travelling over the jungle. There's that J sound, the letter J, which jungle starts with the J sound. Bed looks tiny, and that's the jungle at night. What animals might you find in a jungle? Can you tell your grown-up? What can you see in the picture? How do you think the tiger is feeling? Look, he's crying. Georgie came across a young tiger that was lost. It had wandered away from its parents. It had gone away from its parents and didn't know how to get back home. Can you tell your grown-up why the tiger was feeling sad? Oh, look. He took the young tiger back to its mother and father, who were very pleased that Georgie had found their child. Look how happy they are. What are they doing to Georgie? Licking him, not eating him. I can see a gun, some treasure, and a sword. Where do you think he is? And look at that yellow. What do you think that yellow is? On one of his journeys, Georgie found a chest full of treasure in a cave. Who do you think the treasure belonged to? Should we turn the page? Find out. Who can you see here? They're pirates. What sound does pirate start with? P. But there were some... What's that sound there? What do you think that word is? Pirates who were very angry because they thought the treasure was theirs. They chased Georgie, now let's sound out this word, down the beach. What do you think happened next? Phew. And he only just managed to escape, to get away from the pirates. What can you see there? Who do you think that ship belongs to? Some nights, Georgie would go for a swim with the dolphins, which is why his bed was sometimes, can we sound out that word? Wet. Wet in the mornings. That's a dolphin there. What can you see in the picture here? They're geese. What sound does geese start with? Another night, Georgie gave a lift to some geese that were very tired because they had flown a long way. Then he had a race with some... Well, that word starts with the W sound. Look at the picture. What do you think that word is? Witches. Let's sound out this word. The N. Then came the day when they went away on their holidays. They waved goodbye to Georgie's granny and set off. While they were away, Georgie forgot all about his magic bed. Why do you think he forgot about his magic bed? I think he was too busy having fun on his holiday. I wonder what happened next. Any ideas? Can you tell you're grown up? Can you make a prediction? The holiday soon ended and they all came home. There is a lovely present for you, Georgie. It's in your room. What's that word? Room. Room. It's in your room, said his granny. I wonder what his present was. Let's find out. What can you see here? Georgie rushed up to his room and there in the corner was a brand new bed. Look at his face. How's he feeling? "What have you done with my magic bed?" said Georgie. "Oh, that nasty old bed went down to the dump today," said Granny. The dump is the rubbish dump, the recycling centre. What's Georgie going to do now? Georgie raced out of the house, down the steps and along the road to the dump. This is the dump. He just managed to get through the gates as the dump was closing. There, on top of a rubbish skip, was Georgie's magic bed. This is a skipper, a skip. And where's the bed? Georgie climbed up into the skip. He leapt onto his bed, said the magic word, and the bed rose quickly into the sky. Now, if you lie very still in your bed and find your magic word, perhaps you could travel far away like Georgie. And that is the end of the story.